Did you guys miss it? I know you did. Anyway, Am I the Asshole Fridays is back, and we are going to be doing this on a weekly basis. You're going to get Am I the Asshole stories and SBC chat. Now, if you don't know what SBC chat is, it's very simple. It's very similar to Am I the Asshole, but these people write into the Six Brown Chicks on Twitter, X formerly known as Twitter. And basically what they do is they write in their situations, give you a couple paragraphs, a little bit of info, and then they ask for advice. They want to know what they should do in their situation. It is very, very messy, honey. I'm going to do an entire episode on just some of their stories that they have actually gotten answers back on. And they have a couple that are on their Amazon that they sell for a couple bucks for you to actually read and see the answers to. I'm going to do an episode on that because it is fucking crazy. You think Am I the Asshole is crazy, but these, girl, messy. Anyways, I usually do it live over on my YouTube channel. Yeah, girl, I'm a YouTuber. So anyway, I usually do it live over there on my YouTube channel after I do Freestyle Wednesdays. And my YouTube channel is a wrestling channel, just to be clear. So I'm going to do that. From now on, you guys will get both. And if I cover SBC chat over there, I'll just do it live over here. Just a little snippet of what I'm doing. And then we'll move on. Okay? So first, we're going to start with the Am I the Assholes? And, actually, no. We're going to start with SBC chat today. And then we'll move into Am I the Asshole? All right, so we're going to read SBC chat, and then I'm going to get out of y'all here since y'all didn't want to interact with us today.
Okay. I'm telling Rico.
Where is Rico?
He should be coming in a couple minutes. He said at 10:30 he would come in.
He's at work. He get off at 10:30.
Question number 1. My uncle hooked me up with a prison chick because prison chicks, number 1, are alone. Number 2, are stuck behind bars and can't pull up to your house. And 3, have some access to money on the outside and will give it to you. I found a prison chick, Monica, aka Lil Mo, serving 6 years for drug distribution. I wrote her for 8 months. She fell in love with me and had her cousin bring me money several times to pay my rent. $4,200 in total. All I had to do was write. It was good until it wasn't. Her cousin followed me and told Monica about my other women. Monica demanded her money back plus interest. I stopped writing her and found another prison chick. She's broke though. I was walking to my car and someone hit me in my stomach and yelled, Lil Mo says don't forget to put the money on her books. Strange men have brought violent messages from Lil Mo twice. One man threw a bottle at me. Cops can't help because I don't know my attackers. My uncle told me to write Monica and beg for forgiveness, but she rejected my letter. I refused to send her money back. I earned that money. Also, Monica is up for parole in 2024. Help. I'm scared. Look like you finna die, nigga. I don't know what to tell you.
You better change
It sounds like you
around.
go through, as Dusty would say, hard times.
Right. It look like you finna die. I promise you I live my life to the fullest before this whole get out.
This sounds like this is none of my business, so you better figure your shit out, my guy.
You better watch Tough Enough.
I don't know what to tell you, babe. Other than maybe you could go talk in her parole and say she's a dangerous woman because you took $4,200 from her and she's been trying to get it back with interest. You know, you tried to finesse, you played the game, and then you got played. That's your fault. I don't know. Maybe you should go pick out your casket and
not go pick out your casket.
You know, make sure you have your eulogy. Have the right man give you eulogy. You know, make your uncle do it. Make your uncle do it since she hooked you up with the girl. You know, have him, set up your eulogy and get your funeral together. Don't make it a burden for your family. That's really messed up. You know, make sure you have your shit worked out so you can go ahead and sleep and rest in peace. You can rest easy. knowing that you didn't leave your family with a bunch of burdens on their heart. Okay. Other than that, I can't help you, baby. It is what it is. You dead. You are dead, sir. That is. It is inevitable. It is coming.
Being a whole dumbass.
She done sent 2 goons to come beat your ass. Like
you really thought you was gonna be out here moving in these streets normal? Like she wasn't gonna have nobody no stupid ass?
Sir.
The fuck?
No, babe. It don't work like that.
You ain't watched no movies at all?
Mm-mm.
Like, drug lords were in prison. It was still moving weight in jail.
Hey, the coldest drug lord in the world, and I will never not say, is Griselda Blanco. That bitch was cold as fuck.
That was a bad bitch. I'd work for her.
And she was in jail, and the bitch had Gucci and Louis Vuitton clothes on. I ain't never seen that woman in uniform until they moved her from the LA facility. Child,
that's a bad fucking bitch.
She had her own part of the jail. Her man came and visited her in jail. They had a whole documentary on him because he ended up turning state's evidence against her.
He's a bitch. See, if she was my employer, I would have never snitched on her.
Griselda was cold.
That's a bad bitch.
You, she was the first one to be so ruthless, and that's where them other drug dealers got it from. Yep. Because when the people would be running their drugs for her, she didn't trust nobody. So if she felt like you did something you ain't had no business, that bitch would cut your fingers off. Or she would kill you and send your body back to your wife and kids. If she felt like that wasn't enough, she would first kill your wife and kids in front of you, and then she would kill you later after you finished the job you were supposed to do. That bitch was ruthless. When they finally caught her in LA, she went to jail. I kid you not. That woman did not. She was in jail, full beat. Hair was done. Had the long red stiletto nails and everything. Had her little black boot thing coming up to the prison to see her. She had the niggas on the outside watching this motherfucker. He couldn't do nothing. I was like, this is some cold shit.
With the money, I wouldn't want to do nothing until I'm her nigga until she tell me otherwise.
For him, I said, sis, I got you.
He still snitched on her.
He's stupid. I would never fuck that money up.
He still snitched on her. Turned state's evidence because she was in jail for shit she was doing in LA. But the stuff that happened in Miami was when they was doing them drive-bys. She's the reason why drive-bys are so heavily prevalent. Because that's what they was doing down there. She invented this shit.
And the show, I never finished the last season because I knew you know she's gonna die. But Queen of the South is based on her.
Yeah. I never finished the last season either because I knew she was going to die. And I was like, oh, I don't want to see that. Because they showed it in the first season.
And that's literally the only reason why I have not watched. I've watched every season except for that last season because I know because you know she's going to die the first, the first couple minutes of the first episode of the pilot. You know she's going to die.
Yeah, they showed it.
So I'm like, and so obviously, like, that's the whole point of the series is to get to that point. But then she becomes such a bot, and I like hate. I'm like, oh my god, she's gonna die. I don't want to watch this. So like the last season, I lied. I watched a couple episodes of the last season, and one homie died that I really really liked, and I said nope, because I already didn't want to watch this because I know whole girl's gonna die. But he died, and I said nope, I'm done.
Was it the big dude that was always with her that wore the cowboy boots?
Yep.
No.
I was so, and that's what triggered her being like, that's what opened her up to getting killed was him dying.
Oh my god, no, it's for real, Don, because like you gotta watch it. It's a real good show.
And he was literally because he was working for another drug lord.
Yep.
But he felt bad for her, so he helped her get out.
Yeah, and he was undyingly loyal to her.
And then once she got out, because he saw like how resilient she was, he was like, "I'm gonna help you out."
Yep. And then he started giving her the contacts. Loyal. Yep. And that's how she was moving all that weight. And she had her boyfriend. Did her boyfriend die too?
No, I don't know, but it was like alluded that he was low key starting to become a snitch, or was going to be a snitch. And so I was so upset when Odu died, because he was like, that was like her family, because you know she was so like distraught from, you know, when her best friend died, when her best friend killed, and that was like her other person that she was the closest to, like that was her other best friend, was this dude. So she was distraught when he died. So that's what also started fucking her up, because she was just so.
And she started taking that coke too.
Yeah, and that's she started taking coke, and that was one reason, because she was just like freaking out, because she never did any of the drugs until then.
Yeah. Damn, I didn't thought homeboy was gonna die.
Yep, he died early. He died early on in the season. I wouldn't say the first couple episodes, because I
thought she would die, but I was like, damn, I ain't think we're gonna kill everybody.
Yeah, because this was after the season like already been aired, and I was like, I kind of don't want to watch it, but I was like, oh, I might, and then I was like, ooh, no, I'm done.
I didn't like that. I don't like that, but I mean, the show was ending, so I get it. But
it's so good. I recommend people to watch that show. It's so good. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, because it was on Netflix for such a long time. It was on Netflix for years, because that's how I started watching it.
What are we talking about?
It's called Queen of the South.
What?
Queen of the South.
Queen of the South.
It was on, I feel like it was on USA.
It was.
It was a USA show. So it's basically about this woman, Teresa.
It's still up there.
Who started off as
a drug mule.
Her family was like sort of in the game, but she ended up becoming like a drug mule for this very profile cartel family in Mexico. And it talks about her rise to being the largest drug kingpin in the world, basically, and her fall.
We only had 5 seasons, but it was really good. Now, it was loosely based on Griselda Blanco, but her trajectory into being a crime boss was very dark. Like, Griselda was sexually assaulted from the age of 10 until she was 16. Yeah. She was passed around and sold to any man that would have her. Her mother did it to her, which is why she had no respect for women after that. She just lost it all. And then she became real hard. And after she escaped, she got married. She had some sons. And I think she married somebody who was into the drugs, and they killed her husband, and she took over the operation.
Yes.
They thought that she was easy to go after because she was a woman, but she was more ruthless than her husband was. When I tell you she killed everybody, she massacred whole cartels. She did not care about none of that shit. If you even posed a small, minute threat to her operation or to her family, everybody got to die. She killed you, your whole bloodline, everybody, and the whole cartel, and every one of their kids and families. She killed everybody. That woman is beyond a serial killer. They ain't even got her full body count yet.
They said that they will probably never know her full extent of how many people she killed.
Right.
They said they will never probably know.
Hell, she don't even know.
Nah, she remembers.
No, everybody. She know.
She dead now, but she remembered. But she was missing for like forever. She had fled. I don't know what it was.
I forgot she was missing.
But she was missing for a long time, and she had a lot of enemies down there in the Americas down there. And I think she was in Colombia, and one of them cartels got her in Colombia, and that's how they figured out she was dead. They lit her ass up on some Training Day shit. I said, baby,
shoot.
got to be careful how you treat people in these last evil days, honey.
Okay.
All right, question number 2. Our district manager visited our store. She was only in town for a few days and asked me to show her around. We ended up back at her hotel, and no, that was not eczema on her lady parts. It was super herpes. What the fuck?
Oh.
I have a red mountain of bumps on my face and nose. No!
Your face herpes.
Oh my god! I've been off from work. Wearing a face mask makes the breakout worse, and my girlfriend suspects it's a sexually transmitted disease. Girlfriend keeps asking, "Where did you put your face to get that?" I can't confront my district manager because she'll have me fired. Help.
You can technically get her fired from her job.
Yeah.
She gave you an STD. Okay, see, I'm gonna say something controversial, and it's probably gonna be bad, but I'm gonna tell you how you can save your job and your girlfriend, your relationship. Tell her she threatened to fire you if you didn't sleep with her.
Yep.
Period.
I was about to say that.
And you was like, I'm trying to keep my job so I can take care of you. We gotta have our house.
And start boo-booing and everything.
Look at what's going on with the world. Inflation is high. We need to pay these notes. We got to pay these bills. So I did what I had to. I was wrong. I shouldn't have. Or blame it on adult acne. Those are the only 2 options you got, bro.
Nope.
That's it.
I'll go the other route.
Because low-key, and this is someone who's like a higher-up manager at my job, I 100% believe in power imbalance, especially with men, because it's not talked about how a lot of these like female or women higher up sometimes do coerce men with like men who are on the lower totem pole to do stuff with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I 100% like look at this lady sideways, because it's like, why are you taking him out to drink like that?
And then you get me herpes, so it's not
what
really
is your intention?
Say.
So that's what I'm saying. If I was him, I would tell his girlfriend she sexually coerced me. I would go to the higher ups, because obviously he has proof.
Yeah.
In his, situation on his face, because they could do that and they could test her and be like, okay, well, if you didn't do it, okay, let's get you tested.
And then that strain of herpes in him will be the same strain in her.
Yep.
That's your proof. I mean, I'm not trying to be a scumbag. I'm just saying you might have willingly slept with her, but if she's a boss, she very well could have used that and lorded it over you. And quite frankly, that's what I would go with. I'm like, she told me I could lose my job if I didn't sleep with her.
Nice guys finished last.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, and like again, because she's a higher up, she has more responsibility for that.
She's a district manager.
So yeah,
she's
so
way above him.
On her, because she should know not to do that shit.
I straight up say she coerced me, and y'all, I got the text messages to prove it. I got text messages of our Discord back and forth. As long as you ain't say nothing incriminating on your part to make it look like it was consensual, you know what I'm saying?
If you
might want to delete that evidence out her phone just in case. I'm just saying, protect your ass, bro.
Listen, I don't know who in his chat is gonna be a cheater, but if you gonna cheat, do it in person. Don't put it on no text message.
I mean, yeah, or do it like the young kids do it. They use Snapchat, because Snapchat disappeared within 24 hours.
And
if you screenshot, it sends it to the other person that you screenshot.
Cover your tracks, y'all.
Whoever screenshot your shit, you get the alert that somebody screenshotted your story.
Do that or something. You gotta be a little bit smarter than that. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying that's the right thing to do. I'm saying that's your only course of action to save your ass in this situation. That's all I'm saying. It's ugly, but
again.
right. Like, I mean, question number 3. My daughter-in-law works, and I help my son pay for daycare for my grandson while he's looking for work. I had the day off, so I stopped by my grandson's daycare to drop off Pampers and milk. And surprise, my grandson isn't registered at daycare. Although I give my son $350 a week to help him pay for therapy. Bitch! $350 a week!
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that sounds about right for daycare. Daycare is expensive now.
My grandson is laying in a side bitch's house all day while my son spends my money to get high. Here's my problem. If I tell my daughter-in-law that there's another woman and that my son is not looking for work, she will put him out and he will be right back at my house. My daughter-in-law is not the forgiving type. She may even kill my lazy son. He'll never get a good wife like the one he has now. First of all, I don't see how the fuck he can get back in your house without you letting him back in.
Exactly. Don't house him.
I don't understand that. Number two, if you know your son is a lazy piece of shit, why are you enabling his behavior by paying his daycare for him, paying his child's daycare? He has no incentive to get up and work because neither one of y'all are making him do it. Okay. Number three, why he can't go to that bitch house? He always at her house anyway. Why he can't go stay with her? I don't understand y'all. Some of y'all are weird. You got a son who ain't got no incentive to actually do nothing for his family. He has a wife. Who paid for this wedding for them to get married? How did you propose? Did you buy the ring for him too? Because it seems like everything that he needs to do in his life, you taking care of, but you expect him to not be lazy and to be relying on you. You make it so he's relying on you, ma'am. You automatically saying this nigga gonna be able to come back to your house after you done found him cheating on your daughter-in-law. He's taking your money, pocketing it, and got his side chick laid up at his side chick house with his son. So instead of you paying the daycare center, which logic would have said, I'm gonna pay the daycare center, right? You give it to your dumb ass son. This is your fault. I blame you, ma'am. I blame you. You want advice? Stop enabling your punk ass son to be a little bitch. Stop doing that. And tell his wife that he's out here doing her foul because karma's a bitch. You gonna fuck around and get you a 40-year-old and a 50-year-old that's exactly like your son that's gonna be fucking you and tearing your shit up too. Financing cars and shit because you getting dick down.
Terrible.
That don't make no damn sense. You don't want him at your house, bitch, don't let him in.
I don't want him here.
Change the fucking locks.
It's that simple, honey.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? Y'all are special beings. Jesus. My God. Question number 4. A few years ago, I told my sister that I didn't want to go to church because I didn't believe in God. And I especially didn't believe in her pastor. I'm a great sister. I pay her phone bill, clean her house monthly. I'm always available when she needs me. I'm not paying my sister's phone bill for shit. I'm not cleaning her house either. The fuck?
Yeah, cleaning the house.
My brother struggles with drugs and still lives in her house. One of his drug friends stole my sister's jewelry. However, at every family gathering, my sister calls me the demon, the one who doesn't know God. I got married in July. At my wedding, my sister toasted with me. Demons seem to find each other, so I know this marriage will be made in hell. Now that's where I draw the motherfucking line. That's why I draw the line. I'd have blasted her ass.
Why wasn't I invited to the wedding? This sounds like a good wedding.
Bitch, my husband's family gasped. I vowed to never speak to her again. Then our brother tried to rob someone and they shot up the house. He passed away, a drug overdose, and my sister can't live in that house anymore. My husband told me to bring her to our home. I spoke with her and she told me, this is your fault. Why can't you just accept God? Well, she finna be living on the motherfucking streets with me.
Okay.
You ain't coming to my house. No.
I'm like, God told me leave your ass on the street. Bye.
Mm-hmm. If your sister doing right by you and she doing what she can, why is you worried about it? You ain't had no problem enabling your brother to do the type of shit that he was doing. You can't live in your house no more. Well, you finna be living on the street. You finna be in a shelter somewhere. You're not finna be in my house. Not in my house calling me no damn demon in a house where I lay my head and pay my bills. And not to mention you embarrassed me at my wedding in front of everybody and called me a demon. I'd have been embarrassed too because I'd have whooped your ass in front of everybody. We'd have been fighting. Sure would have.
A demon.
You would think twice about calling me a fucking demon again.
I'm gonna have to put that in my notes. That's a good thing. A good thing to say during the wedding segment.
Leo said demons seem to find each other, so I know this marriage will be made in hell.
Shout out to Rhea and Dom.
Where are you at?
Oh, where you at?
Match made in hell.
I ain't never heard such evil shit come out of somebody's mouth before in my life.
That's wild.
That's funny.
I would beat her ass.
Cause what you just said.
Dress, I would have beat her ass.
Martin kicking your motherfucking chest right on the spot.
You said, "Fuck you, say a hoe."
Wouldn't have been no more wedding fucking with me. This wedding is over. Go the fuck home, everybody. You bitch, when I see you again, it's me and you. I'm coming to your house.
It's me and you.
Period.
You waiting.
Thinking one of them to move. Yeah.
Tell me how you want it.
Stop.
I'm gonna change the word, bitch. Don't get to hide and fuck around with me.
Now I'm coming to your shit, ho. I'm coming over there. I'm gonna beat your ass in your house.
Not in the house.
In your house. I'm whooping your ass in your house. Then I'm gonna drag you outside so everybody can see it. And then I'm gonna pull off and go home. I'm gonna fuck you up.
Okay, Sunny Kiss is gonna be at House of Glory. Okay.
Period.
Question number 5. I received an email that the Airbnb host agreed to issue a partial refund for the bed bug issue at their property. I ignored it because I thought it was a scam because we hadn't booked a property this year. But I remember my husband being covered in what he called mosquito bites on his neck. I contacted the Airbnb host. I sent her refund back and asked her to meet me via Zoom. The host told me she's surprised my husband had a wife because he had a white male booked her property. Ooh. I was sick. I confronted my husband and he assured me that he's not gay. He just likes intimacy with Josh occasionally. We have safe play because he's married too. I didn't realize I punched him until his nose bled on my fist. We have small kids. What to do now? Girl, it looked like you done punched him in his face.
Right.
Girl, I mean, you gonna have to file for that divorce. It's clear they don't want you.
I mean, look, the man said him and Josh got a little arrangement. Now, I've heard of this before. All right. It's married men who like to dabble in gay sex on occasion. Okay. I consider them to be bisexual, but they don't want to admit that they're gay. Okay. So what they do is they'll rent a hotel room or they'll rent an Airbnb. They'll do it usually out of town. And they'll go for a weekend and go have sex occasionally. They might do it once or twice a month. I mean, it depends on what you're willing to accept. Because I've seen a lot of bitches accept a lot of shit. I feel like this. If you can accept him cheating on you or accept him being with other people, if your marriage is open, then this shouldn't be a problem. If this is an issue for you and you feel like it's a betrayal for you, then you need to go ahead and tell him, look, you and Josh can have a wonderful life with each other. And I'm going to go ahead and tell Josh's wife so she can know what to do with her life as well. You know what I'm saying? And I'll see y'all on the flip side. We're going to work out these this custody for these children. You know, and then we gonna move on. Ain't really nothing else for you to do. You gonna have your moment to cry and be upset about it, but it really just depends on what you're willing to accept. Do you want a piece of a man or a whole man?
Just giving Grace and Frankie.
I mean,
yeah.
I used to love that show.
That was spot on, Dad.
That was a good show. That was a good show. Okay, that was a good TV show. They just pop up like, yeah, we're in love, we're getting married. I said, bitch.
Right.
Okay, within the first 20 minutes, I said, oh, we get right to it.
I said, God damn.
I said, that's just like old folks. Don't got time to play around and beat around the bush. We gay.
First episode, bam, we here, bitch.
Hey, you know what? Frankie wasn't that mad at her husband. She was hurt, but she wasn't that mad. Oh, Grace had it.
Grace, oh hell no.
Because Grace felt the love. Grace is like, bitch, what?
I was like, oh.
You playing in booty holes now?
But it was they kids that took me out. I'm gonna go watch that. That was a good show. That was good.
Grace is on her Janet shit. Oh, so you doing the bending?
Oh, we did.
Ain't nobody bending me over. Oh, so you doing the bending?
That's what it is.
Grace said, hell no.
Ooh, child.
What you mean you gay?
Like, what are you talking about? I was
no.
What took me out was the fact that they've known each other for years. They were best friends.
No, the men were best friends, but they were always more than that, and they were lying. And I was like, why you wait till you get old to decide now?
Right, y'all. Come on, we gonna stop living a lie.
Kids and everything.
Y'all been living this life for 30 years.
30 years.
I just didn't understand it. I'm like, y'all had multiple children and y'all felt this way about each other like this?
That's crazy.
It was just, and then when one of them was like, maybe we should wait and not tell him and like back out. Oh, homeboy was high. He was like, no, we've been waiting 30 years to do this. I said, oh shit, this is getting real.
I'll say 30. Y'all been fucking each other for 30 years. What took me out, she was like, well, when did you have the time to do that? They was like, oh, the business vacations. That's
Right. That's when I'm like, so y'all just gonna casually tell her that y'all been out here fucking on these vacations
for 30
years, everywhere too. She was like, so you were going to Bali and you were going to Greece, you were fucking him. She was like, yeah. I was like, oh, bitch. You can't. Well, at least you was honest. I mean,
at this point, when you that old, what you gotta be scared for?
I mean, they was in their 60s.
Yeah.
Right. So who be scared for? Yeah, we fucking. Ain't shit we could do about it now. We already did it. 30 years.
I still socked you in your shit. I don't care how old I am.
I mean, I wouldn't. That's just gonna be an ill you have to take. But like,
what you got a lot for? Knocking you the fuck out. 30 years. I've been with you my whole adult life, and you out here living foul like this.
That was some wild shit.
You couldn't just tell me you didn't love me no more. You couldn't do that. That shit was ass. Well, good luck, baby. I don't know what to tell you. Homeboy like getting him a little booty every now and then.
But why in the hell would you believe that it's mosquito bites on his neck, baby? You don't know what mosquito bites look like.
I know what mosquito bites and bed bug bites look like. Them two
and they are two different things.
A mosquito bite don't come up in clusters. Bed bug bites are in clusters.
You clowned out for believing that bullshit.
The lies you believe and the lies you tell. All right, question number 6. My best friend was recuperating from knee surgery, so I took her husband out for his birthday. Red fucking flag. I tried to seduce him and I spiked his drink, but he rejected me and tried to drive home. He got a DUI on his way home from work. He works for the Department of Corrections, so he was put on leave without pay and may lose his job. His lawyer sent an investigator to the club, and there may be footage of me spiking his drink. I keep in contact with my bestie to see if he remembers what happened and what's going on with his case. But the last time we talked, she called me a snake. Is she mad that her husband still wants me? Or does she know I spiked his drink? How do I get out of this mess and earn his trust again? Bitch, are you serious?
First of all, bitch, you don't want
you. Finna go to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, fuck that. You're finna go to jail. Do you understand what the issue at hand here? You have literally tried to assault a person. You have tried to sexually assault this man. Almost got him losing his job. And you worried about whether he wants you or not and why you are so delulu, bitch.
He love me, he love me not, he love me, he love me not, he love me, he love me not.
What is wrong with you?
You're sick in the head. You need to go to jail. You need the peace. The silence.
I hope you go to jail, babe. That's the only thing I can do. But if I was your friend, I'd roll up in my wheelchair at your house. Yes. I'd fight you with one leg. I could do that. I feel like I could do that. With the right weapons.
Standing on one leg, beating you with the other. Because, bitch, you got me fucked up.
Well, what's the right weapons? I can
still shoot the shit out you.
If I get the bear mace, I don't want to shoot you. I'm going to get the bear mace and disorient you. And then I'm just going to get the bat and whoop your ass with it. I mean, I feel like that's fair compensation. You made my husband lose his job. I beat your ass.
Period.
I think that's fair. And it's the fact that he ain't even want you. So you did all of this and a nigga don't even want you.
And the least you could have did was drive his ass home.
What is wrong with you delusional calls?
He said, pick me. Choose me.
If you was gonna drug him, you could have at least, took it all the way. I'm being devil's advocate. If you was gonna drug him, you could have drove him home. You could have fucked him there. Since you wanted to so bad.
Not dead ass though. You could have at least took him home.
Yeah.
But you let this motherfucker drive.
And then you still worried about if he want to fuck you or not.
He don't.
Where is the logic? That's some weirdo behavior, bro. Like, goodness.
Not weirdo. It's not weirdo. It's bozo behavior.
God, that's so bozo shit.
Bitch, don't get weird.
Move, bitch.
Weird at this point.
Like, oh, God. All right. Am I the asshole? Question number 4. Am I the asshole for being honest with my girlfriend about her weight gain? Ooh, buddy. She and I are both 25. We've been dating since October. In December, she moved in with a really good friend of hers who's 26 years old and a female. This friend smokes weed almost daily. She's an adult. Weed is legal in our state. I don't care. What I started noticing, though, is more and more often when I'd invite my girlfriend over or we'd meet up, she'd clearly be high. While not my favorite thing, I decided to just roll with it. It made for some very interesting conversations. What I also noticed is when she would get high and she'd come over is she'd be starving. So she would want food delivered or she'd want to hit the grocery store nearby and stock up. 7 months, she's gone from thin to fairly chubby. When she's not high, her weight worries her. She feels like it's sad that she used to play tennis, but now can't do that much running. She's been trying to find out why she's gained weight, and I've heard everything from everyone puts on weight in the spring to maybe I overdo it on the water. I told her it was the result of the smoking. She was bewildered, and I pointed out that it's obvious why she's where she's at. She smokes, eats a bunch of junk food, doesn't work it off, rinse and repeat. She said I was way off in my assessment and told me to shut up. Baby, you're not off in your assessment. In fact, you are spot on. However, I thought she was going to be calling the bitch fat or something. But in reality, you're telling her the truth. The reason why she's gaining weight is because she's smoking weed or getting a contact high from her roommate, and she's having the munchies, and she's eating ridiculous amounts of food that she normally wouldn't eat. She's not then working or burning off said food, and it's causing her to gain a lot of weight. And she's unhappy with this. If you're unhappy with your weight gain, babe, why don't you make sure that you focus on taking care of that? I can understand if you were gaining weight due to depression, or you are, more predisposition to gain weight, or you've been heavy all your life and it's been a struggle for you to lose weight like me. But you're gaining weight because of your smoking habit, which is leading to an eating habit. You are binge eating essentially and then gaining weight because of it. And you don't even realize you're doing this. This is dangerous. You're going to hit a point where you're not going to be able to do what you normally do. Like, you used to be a runner, you can't run. You can't play tennis anymore. And you're depressed about that. That depression is also going to lead to some more bad habits. I think you need to listen to your boyfriend here. He actually is telling you straight up, babe, this is why this is happening. You're mad at him, but this is the damn truth. This isn't like he's lying to you just so he can get what he wants out of you. He's telling you this to protect you because he wants you to be happy and understand where the problem is and how you can fix it. But you're not going to be able to do that if you're constantly ignoring him and pretending like what he's saying is just bullshit. Because he's talking to you, he's telling you what's going on, and you're choosing to ignore him. I would highly recommend that you take a step back and really listen to what he said, because what he's saying is facts. Right here in this instance, I don't think you're the asshole. In fact, I think your girlfriend is. Am I the asshole? Question number 5. Am I the asshole for forcing my daughter to come to a family reunion instead of going with her boyfriend and his family on a trip? My 35 male family has this tradition of reuniting at my aunt's for a week in July. We are supposed to go next week, but my daughter, 17 female, is not happy about it. Her boyfriend of 3 years is going on a trip with his family at the same moment and invited her along. Her parents are okay with it, but not me. I told my daughter she couldn't because of the family reunion. She tried to argue that it make no difference whether she's going or not, as she's the youngest and is always bored. I said it didn't matter and said that she either was coming with us or staying at home. She told me it wasn't fair for me to force her to do something she didn't want to and left for her room. We had this conversation 3 days ago and she hasn't talked to me since. I've tried to, but she shuts me down every time. My wife doesn't mind going with her boyfriend and his family, but I think it's a bit biased because she never liked my family. Am I the asshole for forcing her to go to my family reunion instead of going with her boyfriend on a trip? Okay. I'm going to say this one is a little bit split down the middle. So you got a daughter who's acting like a brat because she can't get her way and she's shutting the father out. Quite frankly, I wouldn't give a damn. This sounds weird. She's 17 years old. I don't believe she has any business going on a vacation trip with her boyfriend and his parents, because you don't know what the rules are for them and what they plan on doing. And even if she could stay in a room by herself, that's too much room for error right there that I don't like. So she wouldn't be going if she was my daughter in the first fucking place. That's the first thing. Secondly, the fact that she's saying, well, I'm the youngest, so if I go, I'm going to be bored. Girl, you have a cell phone. You're going to be bored at home. How you not going to be bored on this trip with your boyfriend? Is it because you're going to be able to be with your boyfriend? Is that the difference? You get to be with your boyfriend. The reality of the situation is we are going on a family trip. This is our family, and we're going to see your aunt. You're going. I don't see nothing wrong with it. At first, I was kind of like split. But when I really sit back and think about it, she's 17 years old. What are you going to do on a trip with your boyfriend and his parents? Besides fucking. Because that's what I would be doing. If I was 17 and I was able to go on a trip with my boyfriend, I was going to find a way to get some in at some point. And if you think your child ain't going to do that, you are outside of your goddamn mind, bro. Hell yeah, they gonna do that. Because they can. It couldn't be me. I don't think you're the asshole in this at all. I can give less than a fuck about her having an attitude about it. If she want to be mad, she can scratch her ass and get glad. I don't care. But she wouldn't be shutting me down in my house. I just wouldn't talk to her. She don't want to talk to me. That's fine. She could be mad and be in her feelings, but the rules are the rules. You're not going on no trip with no boy by yourself and his parents, because I don't know what the fuck you gonna get into. But I know what I was getting into when I was 17, and I'd be damned if you're gonna come back here pregnant off of this. Absolutely not. No, ma'am. It's time, y'all, for Am I the Asshole Fridays and the SBC chat. So let's start off with Am I the Asshole Fridays. I always have fun with these, so let's start off with them, shall we? We shall. Now, I've got a couple of stories that I want to get out the way and get done, okay? And we're going to have a good time because, girl, we love us some good Am I the Asshole stories. Now, I saved a couple, but I am going to go right in, no saves, and just go by the ones that we first saw, okay? So here we go. It says, am I the asshole for saying my body is not just a result of having had no children? This one's interesting. This post is actually locked, so I can't comment on it anymore, but we're going to read this, and this is the Am I the Asshole question number 1. I, female, 26, went to the pool with some female colleagues from work today. We know each other pretty well, but we only ever see each other in scrubs in the hospital. Most of my colleagues are a few years older than I am and have some kids. We are all wearing bikinis and having a nice time so far, but then out of the blue, one of my colleagues complimented my body, and it was in a genuine, nice compliment, and I blushed and I said, thank you. I am pretty fit. I have a dog, I walk daily, I'm a dancer, and I used to dance 7 days a week. Ever since I've been working, I dance less though. While my body doesn't look as nice as it used to back then, I am still lean and I suppose pretty muscular, especially in the legs. After this compliment, another colleague with kids said, of course I have a nice body. I don't have kids. Some others then chimed in and said how easy it all was before kids and how easy I have it, and my body is nothing special. I didn't say anything because I am pretty uncomfortable with body talk in general. But at some point it became a bit much, and I said, I don't think that my body is just from not having had kids, but that I also work out a lot. I also said not having had kids doesn't equal a good body, and having had kids doesn't equal a bad body. The colleagues then exploded on me and said how I belittle their parenthood and downplay pregnancy, and I should just wait until I have kids and those legs are going to disappear quickly. I said nothing to that, and the rest of the outing passed rather awkwardly. Am I the asshole for saying what I said? Absolutely the fuck not, ma'am. The reason why your friends or your work colleagues were all in their feelings is because you look like you have been running on a damn treadmill for the last 10 minutes and are sweating, got beads of sweat coming down your greets, and ain't you looking like a goddamn Victoria's Secret model walking out there with your motherfucking bikini on while your homegirls, or rather your work folk, is walking around out there with the double chin, the arm fat, and the varicose vein legs with the extracellulite cottage cheese on the side and on the back, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But the problem that people are having is that they are insecure, babes. They're insecure and they jealous of the fact that you look the way you look and they look the way they look. Now, don't get me wrong. Metabolism, hormones, body, genetics, all of that has to do with the makeup of how you're going to look before and after you have children. They could have looked that way before they had kids. You feel what I'm saying? But some women snap back after having kids is different. You have to understand, when you're having a child, that child is attached to you, but it also is changing the makeup of your body during that time so that it can grow and become a specimen. After it becomes a specimen, it becomes a baby, and then the baby comes out. But it takes a while for the body to realize that that specimen is no longer living off of the body anymore. And even then, sometimes sometimes it doesn't snap itself all the way back. So you have to take certain precautions when it comes to your body. You're going to have to accept the changes that come with having a baby, and you're also going to have to learn how to roll with the punches of it. You are not going to look like somebody else after and before they have a kid. Even before you had a kid, I highly doubt that your ass was walking around here looking like Heidi Klum. Okay? So you hoes that's mad at her because she has the kind of body that she has, she still got body image issues despite the fact that she has the body that she has. And y'all are out here shaming her because she was, and what she said was fair. She said just because you've had kids doesn't mean you have a bad body. Y'all got triggered immediately because this girl ain't never had no kids. Her body ain't fucked up. Y'all mad and y'all in y'all feelings. This girl was a dancer for over 7 years. I could imagine why her body looks the way it looks. Okay? She walks her dog regularly. That's the exercise that she gets. Girl, boom. Okay? There ain't no motherfucking way I'm going to sit up here and be mad at another bitch for doing what they do. And I can't help the way her makeup and her body is. She can't help the way that her makeup and her body is. So why are you mad at her for not having children and fucking up her body? Whereas y'all had kids, and apparently from the consensus, y'all kids are the reason why y'all bodies look like that. There's nothing wrong with you though. And that's okay. And if you're comfortable enough to be walking around in your bikini, then you should be comfortable enough to let your good sis dress how she dress, live how she live, have the body that she has, and not make her feel bad for it because your ass feel bad for having the body that you got. Don't downgrade her to make yourself feel better. Mind your fucking business. Am I the asshole for refusing to attend my friend's destination wedding? My 23 female friend Sarah, 25 female, and I have been close since childhood. We've shared memories and experiences, and I consider her like a sister. Recently, Sarah got engaged to her long-term partner, Mark, 28 male, and they began planning a destination wedding at a luxurious resort in a tropical paradise. When Sarah finally announced the destination, I was excited for her and congratulated her wholeheartedly. However, as the wedding details unfolded, I realized the wedding would be a significant financial burden for me. The cost of travel, accommodation, and other expenses would eat into my savings and disrupt my budget for the foreseeable future. I work a stable job and can afford my everyday expenses comfortably, but splurging on an extravagant destination wedding just isn't feasible for me at this point in my life. Moreover, I have other financial goals, such as saving for a down payment on a house, that I need to prioritize. When Sarah asked if I would be attending, I expressed my genuine happiness for her, but I explained my financial constraints and regrettably declined. I assured her that I would be there in spirit and would celebrate with them during their reception back home. Sarah didn't take my refusal well and accused me of not caring about our friendship. To make an effort, she argued that if I truly valued our friendship, I would find a way to be present and make it on her special day. She pointed out that other friends were making sacrifices to attend, and it hurt her that I wasn't doing the same. Girl, I tried to explain my position, emphasizing that it wasn't about not caring, but rather being responsible with my finances. However, Sarah remained upset and distant, making me feel like a terrible friend. Now I'm conflicted, wondering if I made the right decision. I don't want to lose our friendship, but I also don't want to put myself in a difficult financial situation for a one-day event. Reddit, am I the asshole for refusing to attend my friend's destination wedding? Hell no. Y'all hoes are really ignorant. Y'all think that when y'all get married that somehow y'all are the central focus of attention and everybody has to be concerned with what you're going through and what's happening with you. That your wedding is the biggest event of the century and everybody has to be there because it's going to be so amazing. Do you see what I did? Do you see what I spent? Like, look at this lavish luxury that we are in for my wedding. This is because of me. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Bitch, no. I have to live after this fucking wedding. You and your husband might be able to live comfortably after y'all spend thousands of dollars on this bullshit ass wedding. But me, bitch, I have to be able to eat. I have to be able to pay rent. I have to be able to drive my car to go to work. If you can't fucking understand that, then why the fuck is we talking? Let me tell y'all something. When a bitch getting married, that's when her real colors come out. Her true colors come out. If you can't understand that my financial situation is not feasible for me to spend money on this type of event, the kind of money you want us to spend, unless you're going to pay for my ticket, room and board, and for me to get there and come back home, then I'll be there. If you're going to pay for everything, I will be there. With bells and whistles on, I will have a goddamn marching band down there screaming it from the rooftops. Hey, Mark and Sarah got married, yay. But bitch, if you not paying, don't expect me to be there. And if you was my real friend, you would understand. Okay? You will understand that shit. Because when I get married and I have my wedding, we gonna see how that changes. Oh, well, I'm not financially able to come to your wedding. And I wouldn't be mad at you for that. I'd be like, girl, do you? I'll see you when I get back. You can't accept that. If I was you, I wouldn't worry about it. She want to be mad to be her feelings, then let her be in her feelings. Me personally, I'd be like, deuces, bitch. You don't want to worry about what's going on with me. I don't give a fuck about what's going on with you. Your true feelings come out when you get married. Several things happen in a friendship. It's key points. When a person get married, when they start dating somebody new, when they have a death in the family, and when they get a come up in their career or in their job. Those are key points in a friendship because friends will react and act in different ways. If they are a good friend, they always going to be there to support you, always going to love you regardless. If they one of them conditional friends that don't give a fuck about you and like the fact that you down in the dumps and they on the high end of life, they going to always have some bullshit or some shitty shit to say about you and this particular come up that you got. Whether it's marriage, a new relationship, money, and career, whatever, they always gonna have something bum fuck to say about you. So if I was you, I'd cut her ass off, block her number, delete her on my phone, and live my life happily. You're gonna mourn the loss of your friend, which is okay. But at the end of the day, bitch, it's a donezo deal. We're done. We're done, but at the end of the day, it's about you and making sure that you are going to be able to live comfortable at the end of the day. She not going to pay your bills. She not going to make sure you can do what you want to do. You have a plan. And her doing what she's doing came up after you done set up your plan. And even if it didn't, it has no bearing on your life. Her getting married has no bearing on how you move, shake, eat, shit, whatever the case may be. No bearing whatsoever. So I give less than 2 fucks about it. You talking about other friends that making sacrifices. Good for them bitches. I'm not finna make no financial sacrifice to come to your wedding. There's no payoff in that. There's nothing other than I get to say I was in Aruba with you when you got married to fucking Mark. Bitch, I don't care about none of that. Because when I come back home, I still have to be able to maintain myself. And if going to this wedding is going to stop me from doing that, then it's going to be you. I have to cut your ass off. Bye, ho. Bye. Am I the asshole? Question number 2. Am I the asshole for leaving my niece's wedding reception early and taking my gift back? I'm a 45-year-old male and I have a niece who's 22 and she just got married this last weekend. The family is blowing up with drama right now because of what I and my wife did. I must preface this by saying my family can be pushovers. They really all hate conflict and will definitely let themselves be run over by someone else in order not to cause a fight. I am not this way. The wedding was on Saturday. Catholic ceremony in a church that was at 3:30 p.m. The reception area was at a brewery around 15 minutes from the church. The reception was set to start at 5. Maybe this was stupid on the venue people, but they wouldn't open the bar or bring the appetizers out until the bride and groom had arrived. Service ended around 4:30 and everyone was told to go to the reception. The wedding party had a limo to take them and a separate limo took the parents, grandparents, and siblings. The couple is young and decided against family in the wedding party. LOL. It was 4 sorority sisters and fraternity brothers on each side. My wife and I drove. We got to the venue around 4:50 with the family limo arriving around the same time. By 5, I'd say all 150 guests were there, but there was no bride and groom. The wedding coordinator was getting pissed, and it's now 5:45 and no wedding party. We are all just standing around with no food or drinks. someone was able to get a hold of the maid of honor. And around this point, and apparently the bride and groom told the limo to stop at the liquor store and drive around on the highway for an hour so the wedding party could get trashed. At around 6, the maid of honor said they would be arriving within the next 20 minutes. So wait a minute. Y'all was standing outside since 4:30? An hour and 30 minutes y'all was standing at this wedding venue with no food and no motherfucking drinks? Bitch. Okay. My wife and I looked at each other and said, we out. We thought it was horribly disrespectful for them to do that to all their guests. I told my brother, who is the father of the bride, that we are leaving and taking the gift with us. He tried to plead, saying, they're just kids. Let them have fun. But I wasn't having none of that. A few days later, I got an apology text from my niece, followed by an ask for the gift again. I said I felt very disrespected, and I didn't want to give a gift anymore. She snapped and called me an asshole. Hell motherfucking no, you're not an asshole. Bitch, you sitting up here on the damn highway in a limo getting drunk with your friends, and you purposely set the fucking hors d'oeuvres and the goddamn drinks to not be served until your ass get there. So I had to wait. You said the service was over. Let's go back. Because, bitch, the Catholic ceremony started at 3. Y'all was supposed to be over there at the reception. It was supposed to start at 5. The reception did not start until 6:20, almost 6:30. So y'all have been waiting for them for 2 fucking hours? Y'all didn't get to the venue until 4:30. So you was waiting on them for 2 fucking hours with nothing to drink and nothing to eat, nothing to do but just sit there, twiddle your thumbs and look at each other? Your wedding coordinator don't know where you at or what you doing. Y'all went to the liquor store to get lit when you paid for a fucking bar for you to get lit at. And you mad because your uncle took his gift back? Bitch, fuck you. Fuck you, that maid of honor, your motherfucking groomsmen, the damn best man, your punk ass husband, all the bridesmaids, and fuck the bride, bitch. Fuck all y'all. Cause you out of your damn mind. I'd have cussed your ass out when you got there. And then I'd have took my gift back and left. Bitch, I am not no motherfucking beggar. You are not no Beyonce. And I wouldn't do that for Beyonce, fucking Taylor Swift. No motherfucking artist that I want to go see is going to have me sitting up here waiting for no 2 or 3, 4 hours to perform a set when you're supposed to be here at a certain time, and then you don't even have no motherfucking food or drink for me to get at, and I gotta wait for you to get here because you want to be able to eat when you get here. Bitch, fuck you. I hope he don't never give you the gift back. What? You don't deserve it because you act like everybody is on your time. And that's not the way that the world works, baby. That's not the way it works. Yeah, it's your day, but you should have allotted for this time to be able to do this crazy ass shit and set your venue at 6 instead of having it set at 5 o'clock and having people sitting there waiting for your dumb ass to come in there. That's what you should have done. Because you're out of your fucking mind. That pissed me off. Thank y'all so much for listening. I appreciate every single one of you guys for coming over here and listening to me rant and rave. And of course, listening to some of my friends, which I know y'all have heard them before because I have had them on my other show when we were talking about Music Monthly, which is coming out very soon, just so you know. And I'm going to add some new stuff that we missed because Music Monthly is a little late. So we're going to talk about some new stuff, talk about some new albums. We're going to do Music Monthly for this month very, very soon after I post this one. So don't worry, girl. It's coming. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate every single one of you. And if you want to follow me, you can. That is KTT with Tiff over on Instagram. Sometimes I post stories that I don't necessarily do over here. You'll get little mini combos over there that we can all have together. Okay? With all that being said, make sure you follow me. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.